Here's a little field test of a new axe I just finished sharpening up. I had previously done a video on the sharpening itself, and this one is just of me trying out the axe. I'll likely go back and finish the edge after this. With a better idea of how the axe performs, I'll finish the bevels and the cutting edge. So it's May, but we still have chilly and wet days out here. I'm in the Deer Park floodplains right now, just off a trail called Cracked Fir. And as it happens, I'm clearing a big fir that fell across the trail. It's not exactly bucking up a huge oak tree or anything, but this is good enough for a test run. I really want to know if this axe is a diamond in the rough, or if it's just another box store item from China. Worst case, I guess this axe can serve as a medium or heavy duty, just a smashing axe. I kind of use for messy jobs in less than ideal conditions, whether there's sticks all over the place or wetness and rocks. The length of the handle and the weight of the head feel good. This axe is a full 36 inches right up to the tip of the eye. It has a 3.5 pound head. Yeah, no problem reckoning where the axe is going to strike. The balance is good, and the axe feels pretty natural. But the bit is kind of narrow. We had a 7-inch wide head, and I think it was a 4.5-inch cutting edge from heel to toe. So the head's got a bit of a long taper, ends up with a narrow bit. The wood here is a little bit damp. I can feel the bit cutting in well, and every now and then it gets a little stuck. No problem. It's cutting and chipping well enough. Well, that narrow handle up towards the shoulder is noticeable again. It's a little bit off-putting, but I guess I can get used to it. I think it's having a little effect on my strikes too. It almost makes it easier to get a sideways glancing blow. And if I apply a little torsion or sideways tension to the swing, it can redirect the hit a little bit. Same thing when withdrawing after a strike. The handle bends a little too easily when I pop out a wood chip. But really, the thing is working well. At this point, I'm thinking I don't want the axe to have a very sharp cutting edge. Either I'll keep it fairly blunt, kind of like it is for grunt work, or I'll put a mini bevel on the edge to make it a little more robust towards the cutting edge. When I was sharpening it, I thought the steel may be too soft. That won't be a problem for today's work, but I wonder how badly the steel would handle hitting a rock or a nail or something. No, this axe won't be sharpened to a razor. Well, let's take a look. Yes, the bit looks fine, and the bevel is unchanged, undamaged. The extreme edge is still the factory edge, though. And there's that narrow handle. I don't love that. It's a little too flexible and funny in the hands. I hogged off a lot of material in the initial sharpening, but it still looks a little blunt from this angle. The handle was somewhat comfortable. Maybe I just wasn't too disappointed in the rubberized fiberglass. The Yardworks Y pattern in the rubber is hardly necessary. It doesn't really add much, and it feels like eventually it'll rub into the base of the thumb and the index. But the axe performed well enough. I was making about 30-degree entry cuts and using an incomplete sharpened axe, but it cut at least as good as expected. And I do like the balance. It was nice for me. Up here at the shoulder there's some glue or epoxy or something showing. I didn't notice that before. It can't be a good thing. And maybe that little plastic roll is a bad sign too. I'll have to keep an eye on that. But ultimately, let's say this axe is worth sharpening and using. I'll consider it a backup to my good 4-pound chopper. Probably this Yardworks axe will be the axe of choice for heavy, dirty work. Anyway, I'm satisfied. That's what I thought, and thanks for watching.